Hi, Quadcopter 101 with another review of the FY326 Q7. This again is the lowest cost, the cheapest model of the Syma X5C clones, but it's not the least performant in any ways. It has the most extreme range. It's an excellent flyer. I want to do another flight today. What I've done is I've done a little modification to this Q7. This already has great range right out of the box at about 150 meters, but what I've done to hopefully increase the range even more, we'll see, is that I've taken its antenna and poked a hole in the top of the canopy and straightened its antenna straight up and down, hopefully to increase the range even further. So I'm going to try to fly out to the pylons again today with this. Let's just give it a flight and see how it goes, and if I get good range, I'm great. And also I want to try some maneuverability of this high maneuverability flying of this quadcopter. Hope you enjoy the flight. So let's go right into a flight. We got jets flying overhead today. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but that's okay. We're just going to fly anyways. Turn the quadcopter on. Notice I keep the battery door off. It just makes it easier. That battery door I don't think is really important for the Syma X5C or any of these clones. Quadcopter's on. Binding it to the transmitter. And away we go. First off, let's send this up to that end of the field, see if we can make it. Make it to the far end of the field. Yep. Yes, we can. Okay, let's send it down to the other far end of the field, see if we can make it down to there. Again, this is the this is the clone with the most range on it, and yet it's the most cheapest of the Syma X5C clones. I highly recommend this clone. It's not that great carrying a camera. I've noticed with other clones, as you put an 808 camera on them, they lose their range. Their range goes to heck, and I've tried that yesterday with this mod, and it didn't help it much. But without the camera, holy moly, I'm out there 150 meters right now. And high also, I better come down. Let's bring it in close. Let's try some maneuverable flying. This, I believe, just has beginners and expert mode. We're going to keep it in expert mode and just do some maneuverable flying of this. Okay, I've demonstrated again its extreme range. This is the funnels it can do, which aren't too shabby. Let's get my controller in the view here in case we want to get a thumbnail of this. Let's get a thumbnail with the mountains in the background. Great quadcopter, by the way. I'm telling you, I can't think of a better quadcopter for the price. You know, for $26, it's a great quadcopter for beginners too. Again, let's demonstrate that. Going back to beginner mode. Let's bring it back down here. And why is this a good quadcopter for beginners? Extremely stable. Let's see if I can get it just right. There we go. Now let's fly it by trim buttons. Throttle trim. I got to give it a little bit of adjustment there. Nice smooth flyer. Again, I can't think of a better, cheaper price at this price range. $26. You just can't get a cheaper, better flyer than this. The FY326. Hands off. Steve C, are you still out there? This is the 5th time I've asked. But great quadcopter for beginners. You know, if you're learning to hover and you need something stable, as if you're trying to learn to hover, this is one of the most stable flyers I can think of at this price range of $26. So it's great beginner's quadcopter. Great intermediate's quadcopter too, because you set this thing to advance by pressing this button one time, and it becomes a great fun flyer. Similar to the X5C in its flight performance. The FY326. Great buy at 26 bucks. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about its price. But you can see I'm enjoying it. Very smooth. No wobbling at all in this. I was seeing wobbling in the Mold King. I'm not seeing wobbling with this. And it's actually a more maneuverable flyer than the F522. 522 is very stable without a camera attached. All these seem to have problems when you attach an 808 camera. I don't know what the issue is. And this would include it. If I put an 808 camera on this, its range gets greatly decreased from 150 meters down to about 70 meters, similar to the X5C range. For those of you asking, which one should I get? There's so many clones. Don't say you heard it from me, but this one here. This one's the best flyer at the best price, with the most range. Very impressive range. Great flight time too, by the way, if you've noticed. I've been flying for a while. Okay, are those lights blinking yet? Yeah, they're blinking, but we're going to fly it until it comes down so we can get a flight time. Going back to beginner. See if I can get a hands-off thumbnail. With the mountains in the background. How about nose in flying? Well, that battery's lasting a while. So that thing starts to blink kind of early. Similar to how the L6052 does that. Gives you a lot of warning. Probably more warning than it should. That the batteries are getting low. See what I mean by a stable flyer? Great for beginners. And great for intermediates. I haven't demonstrated flipping yet. I'm just not a fan of flipping. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do that before the battery gets too low. There goes the battery. Well, that was an interesting flight. Yeah, I guess lifting that antenna helped, but I guess I don't really need to do that. But I know I can get extreme range with this quadcopter without a camera attached to it. But again, this is another review of the FY326 Q7. Great little quadcopter. Highly recommended for beginners. Highly recommended as a first buy. If you're looking for the best bang for your buck, this is currently it. Okay, you heard it from me, folks. Quadcopter 101, signing out.